All right, everyone, time now is 9:11, just about 9:12 here. So keeping you informed about the Oklahoma City Police Department and how they work to keep you all safe. That's one of the goals of our monthly sit-downs with Police Chief Wade Gourley. And today, once again, we have the chief with us here. Chief Gourley, welcome in.
Thanks for having me.
Always good to see you. So I want to start first with some new news to come out of the most recent city council meeting. The new helicopter, just approved by the Oklahoma City Council, expected to cost around $3.7 million, coming from a tax fund. I guess my first question for you is, why do you feel like this is needed for y'all to do what you do?
About a year ago, we started working with the fire department and expanding our missions and helping them with water drops on fires that occur in more rural areas. We've been seeing a lot more of those type of fires occurring, and especially those wildfires that get started. And the quicker we can get on those and get water on them, a lot of times keeps them from spreading. So we worked with the fire department, got our pilots trained, and then we realized with those expanding missions, keeping an aircraft in the air is going to be a little bit more difficult because of maintenance and other things like that. So we want to make sure that we have enough aircraft and enough, pilots that we can respond to not only fire missions but police missions as well. So that's the idea behind the third aircraft.
Oh, so that was my next question. So that'll be the third addition to the fleet then?
That's correct.
Okay. And then looking down the line here in terms of other maybe big things that you guys need or any technological advancements, anything that you're looking to the future that you may need coming down the line here?
Probably the biggest thing we're looking at right now is getting our real-time crime center up and running. And we're going to probably have that going within the next few months. We're starting out pretty basic with that, but there's some funding and things that will come with that as we expand that. When you talk about cameras placed around the city to help us identify criminal behavior and respond quicker to calls. And so we're going to be looking at that, and everything we're looking at with technology is how do we respond to the growing demands on the police department and trying to do more with less. And so if we can put a camera or an analyst to check out a situation before an officer has to roll out there, it helps us, use our resources a little bit better.
I want to switch now to the investigation by the Department of Justice. I know you cannot comment specifically on any pending investigations, but this investigation deals with the Oklahoma City Police Department and others' responses to those in a mental health crisis. So I just want to ask you, give you the chance here to talk a little bit about the current procedures in place from the department, what we do when someone is having a mental health crisis and how your officers respond.
So we've been working for well over 3 years to try and do everything we can to get out of the business of being the primary response to mental health. This started for us. I was at a major city chiefs meeting when I was a deputy chief, and they did a presentation there on a partnership that one agency was doing with social workers in the community. And so immediately, and about the timing of it was about the time I became chief when I got back from that major cities meeting, and I met with Department of Human Services director and some of their staff, and we started a program then to not only have our officers, if they roll into a situation where someone might need some extra services or help, that the officers would defer that over and create a referral. And then we had monthly meetings to help expand that and make sure that those folks were getting the needs, that their needs were met, because they weren't police needs. We also partnered with NorthCare, and we've been working with them on a program called Champions, to where they're hiring mental health workers to respond as alternative response to police. And then also too, through 988, rolling that out. We meet with Department of Mental Health monthly. We talk about ways we can improve that, and our dispatchers are now able to hand off a lot of the 911 calls that we get that are specifically for mental health that don't require a police response. And then of course people can call 988 as well. So there's a lot of things that I think are positive that are occurring more recently. And my hope is that when Department of Justice does want to come in and look at that, that they'll see that that's what's occurring now and not base us off things that were 3, 4, 5 years ago.
You mentioned 988. While I have you here, why don't you tell our viewers, just in case they don't know what exactly that is, what 988 is for?
So 988 is a national number that was, actually it's been rolled out across the country for some time. It's a little bit newer to Oklahoma, but if you have someone that, for example, in your home that is having a mental crisis or a breakdown, or maybe they're off their medication and they just need to talk to a physician or try and get some more of a medical type help rather than law enforcement help, you can call 988 and they can either provide an alternative response, they can put you in contact over a video screen with a doctor. There's a lot of things that they can do that again, you don't have a uniformed police officer standing in your living room trying to figure out, what's the best practice here and how do you handle that. The State Department of Mental Health also established through a private company a dispatch center. So those calls are handled here within the state. They have a lot of resources available to them. And if for some reason that call to 988 does require a police response, then 988 can hand the call off to us.
Okay, so there's kind of a joint response there, and people who answer the phones at 988 specifically trained to deal with all types of situations.
Correct.
Switching gears here, because it is the holiday season, so we have to talk about this. Unfortunately, porch pirates. It happens every single year since we won't see you till the new year. What can people do to protect those packages that are coming?
The biggest thing, the technology today, is incredible. I get the alerts when I order something, your package is coming at this time. And so if you have something of value that you don't want sitting out on your porch, always, work with your neighbors, someone that can pick that up, reschedule that delivery, or try to have someone there when you get it. I love the Ring doorbells. I have one of those, or any type of video doorbell. It doesn't necessarily have to be a particular brand. But that too can alert you if someone's on your porch, and it also captures that video. The good thing about that, in most of these devices, the video is stored in the cloud. So even if they destroy your camera, you still have that video. And we use that video quite frequently through Crime Stoppers and other means that we have to help solve those crimes.
I was going to say, so if you are the victim of a porch pirate and you have that Ring video, can they call the department and see if maybe you all can work together to track that person down?
Absolutely.
Okay.
What we see a lot of times is they alert their neighbors, or they get on their neighborhood apps and other things and alert their neighbors, but they oftentimes don't call police. And so we really encourage people to call, because normally if this person has committed the crime on your porch, they've probably committed several others too.
Very smart. So don't be afraid. If something is stolen, please call our police department. They're here to help. Chief Corley, thank you so much for coming on today. We always appreciate these monthly chats, getting everyone caught up. So we really appreciate your time.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate being here.
And have a great holiday, since we won't see you.
You too. Same to you.
Okay.